$1 million every single day. That's what Elon Musk is giving away. Welcome to our deep dive into this story and what it means for the 2024 election.
It's certainly grabbing headlines, but is it legal? Is it ethical? And will it actually work? That's what we're here to unpack.
We've been digging through a mountain of news articles, each one offering a different take on Musk's grand plan. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is he doing and why?
Okay, so Elon Musk, through his Political Action Committee, America PAC, is running this contest, this giveaway, where they're giving $1 million a day to a randomly selected voter who signs his petition supporting the Constitution.
$1 million a day. Okay, so there's got to be a catch. You have to write him a haiku about the founding fathers or something.
Not quite that creative. To be eligible, you need to be a registered voter in one of 7 specific states.
Yeah.
Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Nevada, and North Carolina.
Ah, the battlegrounds. Strategically chosen, I'd say. So what's the response been like?
Huge. Tons of people signing up. In fact, the first winner was at a Trump rally in Pennsylvania, a guy named John Dreher. Talk about being in the right place at the right time. And then, get this, the very next day, the winner was a woman named Christine Fishel, who was, you guessed it, wearing a pro-Trump shirt at another event.
Wow. Talk about a coincidence. Or maybe not. I mean, 2 days in a row, 2 Trump supporters winning $1 million each. It definitely makes you wonder. But before we go down that rabbit hole, let's talk about the legal side of things, because giving away cash to voters, I'm no lawyer, but that just sounds like it's got to be crossing some lines.
Yeah, you're not the only one raising an eyebrow. We've got legal experts saying this whole thing is clearly illegal. They're pointing to federal laws that say you absolutely cannot pay people to register to vote or to vote in a certain way. Specifically, there's this thing called the Tillman Act from way back in 1907 that prohibits corporations from directly contributing to political campaigns.
So, open and shut case.
Well, not so fast. Here's the thing. Musk isn't explicitly telling anyone how to vote. His team's argument seems to be that signing a petition, even one about a political hot topic, is totally different from actually casting a ballot. There's no direct quid pro quo, or at least that seems to be the loophole.
A loophole big enough to, say, fit a Tesla through.
It wouldn't be the first time, right?
Mm.
This feels very on brand for Musk. He likes to push the boundaries. I mean, look at what he did with Twitter, now X. This whole thing feels like a page from that same playbook.
So Musk is definitely shaking things up, no doubt about that. But let's get real for a sec. Does this whole giveaway, this $1 million a day thing, does it actually have the power to change the outcome of the election? What do you think?
That's the $1 million question, right? It's definitely a good marketing ploy, gets people talking. But will it actually convince people to switch sides? That's a lot harder to say. I mean, think about those first 2 winners, both already diehard Trump supporters.
Right, exactly. If they were already planning to vote for him, is the money really changing anything? Or is it more about, firing up the base he already has?
It's a good point. Some experts are saying this is less about winning over undecided voters and more about energizing the ones he's already got in his corner. It's imagine offering a discount at, say, I don't know, your favorite coffee shop. You're already a regular, you're already going to buy the coffee. It's a nice bonus, sure, but it doesn't change your fundamental coffee drinking habits.
Okay, that's a perfect analogy. But even if he's not converting people, Musk is still controlling the narrative here. I mean, everybody's talking about this. Isn't that a form of influence in itself, especially these days?
Oh, absolutely. You can't just dismiss the power of grabbing everyone's attention, setting the agenda for what people are discussing. And we know Musk's not afraid to use his platform to do exactly that. Remember all the buzz, the controversy around his tweets about the 2022 midterms? People listen to him, whether they agree with him or not.
Which brings up a whole other can of worms. We talked about those legal experts who say this giveaway is totally illegal. Have any lawmakers actually gotten involved, raised any red flags?
Yeah, actually, Governor Shapiro has been pretty vocal, calling for a full-blown investigation into whether Musk's crossed the line into illegal campaign contributions. He's especially worried about something called dark money in politics.
Dark money, huh? I've heard that term thrown around. What is it exactly, and what does it have to do with all this?
So dark money is basically political spending that's meant to influence voters, but the donors are hidden. Nobody knows where the money's coming from. Now, with Musk, his donations through his American Pal, those are public. But Governor Shapiro seems to be suggesting that this whole giveaway thing, the way it's set up, it kind of blurs the lines between direct contributions to a campaign and these independent expenditures.
Murky waters indeed. Okay, so we've got this legal drama unfolding, experts debating the finer points of campaign finance law. But let's pull back for a second, look at the bigger picture. Even if Musk manages to dodge any legal bullets, what does this whole situation say about the state of democracy today? I mean, it feels kind of, I don't know, unsettling.
Yeah, no, I get you. It's uncharted territory, right? We've got a billionaire who can basically broadcast his every thought to the world, who also happens to own this massive social media platform. And now he's using his fortune to directly insert himself into the political process. It really makes you question, is the playing field really level? Is this what democracy is supposed to look like?
It's definitely got people talking, that's for sure. And I can see both sides of it. On the one hand, hey, it's his money, right? If he wants to use it to support, I don't know, free speech, the Constitution, whatever, isn't that his right?
Sure, you could argue that. It's a whole free speech thing, right?
Yeah.
But it gets messy when you're talking about this much money, this much influence being poured into a system that, let's face it, already has its fair share of problems.
Exactly. I mean, we talk about fairness in elections, transparency, but when you've got billionaires throwing their weight around like this, it just makes you wonder.
It's a question that goes way back, right? The whole idea of money in politics.
Yeah.
Where do you draw the line? How do you make sure everybody has an equal voice when some people have, well, $1 million voice?
Right, right. It's like, yeah, free speech for everyone, as long as you can afford it,
Right.
right?
And that's the thing, isn't it? There's no easy answer. But I do think a big part of it is, well, us. We have to be paying attention. We have to be asking questions, being skeptical, not just getting swept up in the spectacle of it all.
It's like anything else, right? You see a flashy ad, got to look beyond that, figure out what's really going on.
Exactly. So as we wrap up here, maybe this is something to think about. Imagine if all this money, all this energy went into, I don't know, educating people about how elections work, fighting misinformation, making sure everybody, and I mean everybody, has a real chance to vote.
Now, that would be money well spent. Great point. Well, folks, that's a wrap on another deep dive. Hopefully you enjoyed it, maybe learned a thing or two. It's a complicated issue, this whole money and politics thing, but hey, that's what we're here for. Until next time, keep those questions coming, and we'll keep digging for answers.